Hey everybody, this is Miss Williams and this is Factor by Grouping. This is the third day that we've covered different ways to factor. So when you factor by grouping, usually there will be 4 terms. And what you always want to try to do first is factor out the greatest common factor from each term if that's possible. If that's not possible, or after you do that, then you would then you need to group the 4 terms into 2 sets of 2 terms. Next, you're going to factor out the greatest common factor of each of those groups. And then what's left in the parentheses of the 2 groups matches, then you can continue. If it doesn't, then it's not factorable. And then once the inside parentheses match, you put the outsides together and put the insides together to get your factors. Okay, here's an example. Example number 1. So we're going to start with 12x to the third minus 15x squared minus 8x plus 10. So I can't combine any like terms, and I cannot factor anything out because there's nothing goes into 12, 15, 8, and 10 evenly. And I can't take any x's out because the last term doesn't have any x's. So the only thing for me to do is to try to factor by grouping. So the first thing I'm going to do is group the first 2 terms and the last 2 terms. Next, I'm going to find the greatest common factor of the first term. So the biggest number that goes into 12 and 15 is 3. And if one term has 3 x's and the other one has 2 x's, I can take 2 x's out of both of them. So 3x squared is my greatest common factor. And then what would I have left? Well, 12 divided by 3 is 4. If I have 3 x's and take 2 away, I have 1 left. 15 divided by 3 is 5. And if I have 2 x's and take both of them away, I only have just the 5. Next, I have to do the greatest common factor of the second set. And the greatest common factor of that, I can take a negative 2 out of both of those. And the reason I take a negative 2 is because I need my insides to match. So I'm going to go ahead and take that negative 2 out. Negative 2 divided by 8 is positive 4. And negative 2 divided by 10 is negative 5. So now since I took the negative 2 out, my insides match. So those 2 inside terms, they must match. And then I'm going to put the insides and the outsides together. And I'm going to end up with 3x squared minus 2, because those were the things on the outside. And then 4x minus 5 were the inside matching parentheses. All right, there's 2 more examples on the board. You can write those down also in your notes and then attempt to do the worksheet that is attached to Schoology.